attempt to make this cute video of my shoulder journey, to come to find out when I was going back through everything that I just really didn't have that many videos or pictures that I took over that time. And the videos that I have are actually from the vlogs I did during that time. So I actually just put them all together just to show you guys, and after we watch this, we can talk about my shoulder journey. So like I said, that was literally a minute and a half of just the videos and pictures I took during that time. And I wish I would have sat down and like taken more videos or taken a picture every single day. I remember my one physical therapist was telling me about this app that like you take a picture for like, I don't know, you set like how many days you want to take a picture, and then the app puts it together for you in like a video of all these pictures. And I just wish I would have done something like that to look back on and be like, look how far I came and look at the journey I accomplished and went through. And I have talked about it in a few vlogs, and over the months going through what I was going through, I always did updates on my shoulder and let you guys know how I was doing and how everything was. And it was just so crazy to me that to think that it was 7 years of dealing with the pain. And when this initially happened, it happened in 2015. I was working at a carryout for a restaurant, and I lifted a big bucket of gravy over my head onto a shelf. And I never initially had pain. I never like instantly was like, oh my gosh, I did something wrong, like nothing. And I actually went home that night and I went to bed, and when I woke up I couldn't move my arm at all. So I remember my mom took me to a quick care, and they told me that it was okay. They gave me a sling, and when we were on our way home I was in tears, and I told my mom, I'm like, I need something more, like something is not right. So she ended up taking me to the hospital, and they gave me a cortisone shot that they usually give athletes because the type of injury they said I have with my rotator cuff is a sports injury. And I remember sitting there that day when the doctor was asking me all of these questions about what sports I play. He's like asking me like volleyball. I said no, and like softball, and no. And I'm like, I don't play any sports. This was actually something I did at work, lifting something over my head. And of course, like, you can injure yourself without playing a sport, but usually the type of injury people get that I have is because you play sports. So after that, the pain had gone away, and around that time I had met my fiance, Ken. and he has been with me through this whole journey. So I had moved up with him to Wisconsin, and it was probably maybe a year or two after we moved up here, and I was working at Culver's, and I did the same thing. I lifted a bucket of ice over my head to put in the machine, and instantly I felt the pain. It shot up my neck and down my arm. So I went to the emergency room, and they gave me a sling to put my arm in, and I went back to work, and I just was taking it easy, and eventually the pain went away. And over the years, there has been moments where I've been working out or lifting something heavy at work, and I can feel the tweak, and I can feel it, but it's more like just the achiness, and then it would go away. So the beginning of this year, I think this was what really pushed over the edge, is I was working out all the time. I was very much into working out and being healthy, and I'm still very much into eating healthy, and I'm starting to get back into working out and everything, but I was lifting heavy weights, and I might have been lifting too much of heavy weights at that time, and I remember that I did like a fly with my weights, and I felt the tweak. And because it was so normal to just feel it, and because it was just something that like I was used to, I didn't pay it no mind. I'm like, oh, it's just gonna hurt and then it's gonna go away. And with the coming days, the pain got worse and it kept lingering. So of course, Ken finally said, you need to go to the doctor and you need to figure it out. So I went to the doctor, and of course they looked at it. They wanted to do x-rays. Oh, your bone's not broken. I know that. How long have you been dealing with this? The last 7 years. And they went through all this stuff, and they told me I had to do physical therapy to go through that, see if it works, and if that works, then I don't have to have surgery. The ultimate thing is surgery, but they want to try to do all this extra stuff to make sure that it can't be fixed. So I think I went to physical therapy for about 2 months, and a month or 2 months, and while I was seeing her, she would touch certain areas and I would flinch, like instantly be in pain. And no matter what she did to my arm, it didn't get better. So the last time I saw her before I went to my doctor appointment, the next time, she said to me that I needed to tell my doctor that nothing in physical therapy is helping and that she recommended surgery. So before I had surgery, they did some other cortisone shots. They were just trying to see if they couldn't find something to help it go down and be better. So finally he said, we've tried everything, nothing's working. You are definitely a candidate for having surgery. And of course, my anxiety was through the roof, and I was so nervous. And to think, right now, I am 5 months out, and then in probably, I think, literally 2 weeks, I'll be 6 months. And that's it. And it's crazy to think that I was so nervous going in and having surgery, and then surgery happened, and then I came home, and then I thought it would take forever to get through this and be on the other side, and I was gonna not be working and be at home and going through all these emotions, and I had very much like high anxiety and depression through it all, and it was like an emotional roller coaster. But to be where I am today, and to be like almost like literally fully functional, you know, like with this arm, it's just crazy how fast your arm heals. It's crazy how fast your arm, when you move it and you do the exercise and everything, that your arm just gets better. And that was one of the things that my physical therapist said with me, is she knew I was doing the exercises. Whatever they gave me, I always did, and I always kept up on them, and I did everything that I was told because I wanted to get better. And now I have physical therapy, but we're doing it once every 2 weeks, because I had 4 sessions left when I saw her the last time. So she said, well, let's stretch it out to make sure that you're still doing good. And then the restrictions that I've been on, at the end of this month, I'll be off of them. So she wanted to stretch them out so then they would see me after my restrictions were off. So just in case I'm lifting anything heavy over my head, I'm not in pain or causing any issues. And my last appointment with them will be the first week or the second week, no, the first week, I think, of October. And it's crazy to think of how far I've come. Like, dealing with it for 7 years, and then finally them going in and finding a little tiny tear that had been covered up with so much cartilage, because when your body gets hurt, it supplies everything to that area to cover it back up and to secure it. But because of the fact that I probably had the tear the first time, my body continuously just piled everything up on each other, trying to protect itself. And every time that I would get hurt, it kept just trying to heal itself and regenerate what needed to be healed, but it just couldn't because that tear was still there. So when they actually went in to find that tiny tear, that's what was causing me pain. And it's funny that, like, the littlest things in your body can cause you so much pain. But I am happy that I had the surgery. I'm happy that I'm pretty much functional. I still have a little bit of stiff movement and everything that I'm continuously working on. But to think of the journey that I've taken since March to now is just, it's crazy how fast time goes. And it's crazy how when you have surgery and you're like, oh my gosh, like, this is gonna put me out for so long, and now here I am just happy that I'm here, and I'm excited for the end, and I'm excited to never have any issues with my arm again in the future, because that was my main thing. Is we're getting married next year in September, and I'm like, I don't want to be in pain at our wedding. And then when we have kids, I don't want to be in pain, like reaching down and picking up my child and being in pain just from doing that. And like, I can't do that for the rest of my life. So being able to share it with you guys and just kind of let you know how everything was going and how I was doing, and even through the vlog since the surgery one and all the ones in between, you can see like the movement in my arm and the way I was holding it or the way I was using it. And just to even be able to see that has been amazing, and it's so nice. And I just want anybody else to know, if you're having surgery on your shoulder or any type of surgery, like, it is scary, and I know that you're going to be scared. Because trust me, I literally had anxiety until they put the mask on my face. And it was funny, when I went in, I was waiting for like hours for them to take me back. And they finally took me back, and then I was waiting back there, and then they came in and they turned me on my side and they gave me a shot to numb this area. And I remember when I went in, they were asking me how my morning was going and how I was. And the one guy said something about the bears or something like that, and they put the mask on my face while we were talking about it, and like that I was out. And the next time I woke up, I was at a surgery and it was all over. But I had anxiety the whole way up until the mask was on my face. And it was funny to me when I got out, and I could laugh at it the days after, like how I built up all this anxiety, I think for no reason. And I think it's because I've never had surgery before, so it was something new, and I was just scared. But it's okay to be scared. So if you are about to have surgery or going to go in surgery, it's okay. You can be scared. It's perfectly normal. But I promise you that if you've been dealing with something for such a long time, and this is something that's going to make it better, do it to make it better. Do the surgery so you don't have to live in pain anymore and go through what you're going through, because if I had to spend another day in pain like I was, I just don't think I would have been able to do it and get through it and just feel the way I felt. Like the pain and not being able to use my shoulder and just not being able to sleep on it, and just it interrupts your life. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, even though the video that I put together is a minute and a half and the rest of this video is just me talking. I just thought it would be nice to share it with you guys. And if anybody has any questions about my surgery or my recovery or my exercises, you can always comment them below and ask me. I will be an open book about it, because I will definitely share everything about my surgery and how it went and how I am today. So that's pretty much gonna be it for today's vlog. Just kind of wanted to share with you guys my story and how I'm doing and how I'm feeling, and how crazy it is to know that in 2 weeks I'm officially 6 months, and I've made it, and I'm here, and I am getting better, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for me now. So I'm going to actually go relax, because I just got home from work and I wanted to get this recorded before I forgot to get it out. And I'm just, like I said, gonna go relax, and I will see you guys in the next vlog.